dandelions, how are you all? I hope you're well. I'm missing you very much. I hope you are looking after yourselves and your families and you're staying safe. So, what to do all day when we can't do the things we would normally do? Maybe you've been out for a little play in your garden, out for a walk somewhere, but we can't do that all day long. So I thought I'd teach you a little crafty activity to do. And I'm going to try to teach you how to make these little mini books. You can basically make whichever size you would like. Really teeny tiny, bit bigger, even bigger. I'm going to try and make those. So what do you need first up? If you are a bit of a hoarder like me, then maybe you've got lots of gift bags or wrapping paper lying about your house, something pretty. If you haven't got anything like that, you can use the inside of an envelope. Ones from bills are often good because they have a pretty little pattern inside. Basically anything pretty. You need some pretty paper for the outside, the cover, and you need some plain paper for the pages. You're also going to need some string or some twine for binding your book together. Garden string works really well, regular string works really well. Wool isn't great because it tends to snap if you pull it too hard, and so does thin cotton thread. I'm going to use this pretty little green one that I've got here. You're also going to need a large needle. Ideally, you need a thick metal needle, but I don't have a thick metal needle. Now, in an ideal world, I'd be able to pop to my mum's house and borrow a needle from her because that's the kind of thing she has lying around her house. But I'm not in an ideal world, so I have a problem to solve. Luckily, because I'm a dandelion, I've been able to solve that problem. I've had a little think and I've come up with the idea of using a nail for the same part of the job. So, pretty paper, plain paper, string, needle, and maybe a nail. Just going to pop my previous efforts over here in a Blue Peter style. Here's one I made earlier. And then I'm going to choose my pretty paper. I'm going to go with this stripy number here, I think. I've discovered if you're using a gift bag, the easiest thing to do is cut off the ends, first of all, just along the fold. If you're a little dandelion, you might need a bit of help. Snip that off. Just see, this makes a lovely little box. So I can reuse that bit. Look, perfect. I can fit my string in there, keep that safe and tidy. Next, I need to cut along the longer edge. I'm trying to create a rectangular shape. Nearly said triangle then. A rectangular shape. So I need two long sides and two short sides. That's what makes a rectangle, or an oblong, And then I'm going to snip all the way along. And then I'm going to try to snip on the other side. And then snip along the short side. And like I said, you can make this any size you want. I don't think I want my book to be quite as large as that on this occasion. So I'm just going to choose a space to cut along. All the way down. There's my cover. Next, I need to make my pages. So I'm going to get my plain paper or my coloured paper, whatever I'm using for my inside pages, and I'm going to try to make sure that I've got a little border all the way around it. You want your pages inside to be a bit smaller than the cover. So I'm going to just put a little border all the way around and then fold that down, push it down to make a little crease for me to cut along. Then I'm going to try really hard to keep along the line. Bit of fine motor skills practice, bit of scissor work, carefully snip all the way along. Might need a bit of help with that if you're a little dandelion. You only need a couple of pages, 3-4 pages maximum. I'll just do this bit first, and then I need to make sure that I cut a border on the other side. And then I'm going to put another couple of pieces in. Don't need to worry about my border this time because I want them to be the same size. So I'm just placing that right on the edge and folding it along. On the edge with a snip, 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 snip. Line up my other edge. Fold it again to make sure the crease is in the same place, and snip again. And then just have a little look if it's the same size. Oh no, made a mistake. My pages aren't the same size. Is it okay that I made a mistake? Thank you. It is okay I've made a mistake because we are all learning. As you can see, I've had 5 attempts at making these books whilst recording. I've made a few mistakes. So I'm just going to snip that along there. Then I need to fold everything in half. So I'm going to fold my cover in half. And I'm going to fold my pages in half. And I'm going to insert that in there, remembering to keep the border. This is the slightly tricky bit, because now what I want to do is make 3 holes to thread my string through. So right in the middle, I'm going to use my nail. If I had a metal needle, I'd just use the metal needle. But I'm going to use my nail and I'm going to push through the pages. It's a good idea to have a little magazine or something. I've got a copy of South Norfolk Link to use, just to stop me from scratching my table. Right in the middle, push the hole all the way through. Definitely going to need some help with that if you're a little dandelion, because it's quite tough. And then I want to make another hole either side, a little bit closer to the edge than the middle, a bit further than halfway. So I do my second hole, and then I do my third hole, so that now I've got 3 holes going through all my pieces of paper and my cover. Take my string. You want about 3 to 4 times the length of the book. So 1, 2, 3. I'll go 3.5, something like that. Set that off. Thread your needle. It's why it's good to use a large needle. It's easier to handle and it's much easier to thread through the eye of the needle. Pull it through with a little bit of extra, and then you're ready to sew. You need to start on the cover side. You're having the cover side and your needle's going through the cover side. Push it through that hole you've just made and then pull it all the way through. Don't pull it so that the string comes out the other end. You want to hold on to that piece. Oh, don't say don't. Try not to pull the string all the way through. But if you do, it's okay. You can always do it again. Hold on to your piece of string and then come through the other side and pull it through. And then I'm going to go back, and this time I'm going through that middle hole again, sewing it through and pulling it out the other end, and then back through on the third hole, just like that. And then finally take your needle, thread it under the first little loop you've made to make it secure. Snip off enough string so that you can tie it, and then with a little over, under, through, tie a knot, over, under, through, tie a knot, and you're done. You have made yourself a lovely little mini book that you can use for whatever you would like to do. Maybe you want to write a story, maybe you want to draw some pictures of what you've been doing every day. You could practice your numbers, you could practice your graphing formation. It is your book to do with what you would like. I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing your attempts at it.